The Spartan-III program was even more secretive than the Spartan-II program, with their missions highly classified and not even Dr. Halsey knowing about the missions or the Spartans' existence. Initiated in 2531 by rival to Dr. Halsey, Colonel James Ackerson, it was a push to save money while producing more units to face the Covenant. Fundamentally different in several ways, the Spartan-IIIs were designed to face the Covenant off the bat, not insurrectionists like the IIs, and they would don semi-powered infiltration armor instead of Mjolnir. Their training was accelerated, the gene pool restrictions relaxed to allow for more candidates, and the children were all war orphans and given the choice to join instead of being abducted. Last, Colonel Ackerson knew that to train Spartans, you needed Spartans, so, with the support of ONI Section 3, set up a ruse to kidnap Spartan Kurt 051. After recovering the Spartan II adrift in space after his suit mysteriously malfunctioned in an EVA environment, he and Senior Chief Petty Officer Mendez would lead the Spartan-III program for the next 20 years. The Spartan-III program was active from 2531 to 2552, and further classes were scrubbed due to the Onyx conflict, the invasion of Earth, and resources diverted to the budding Spartan-IV program, opting to return to their Orion Project roots and recruit from the ranks of the UNSC instead of conscripting children. The first class was conscripted in 2532 and contained over 400 candidates, with budgetary restraints to fund only 300 Spartans. The rest would wash out and go on to be folded into the next company or as drill instructors. After a select group of Spartans were quietly pulled from the ranks for further training, clandestine missions, or assigned to the newly created Headhunter program, all 300 Spartan-IIIs of Alpha Company would perish at the Battle of K749, a Covenant refinery on the edge of human-controlled space. They were successful at the cost of the entire company. Beta Company began training shortly thereafter, receiving more in-depth training on team cohesion, accelerated training pipeline, and upgrades to their SPI armor. Same as Alpha Company, several top-performing soldiers were pulled after training, deemed too valuable to waste on a suicide mission. The company again accomplished victory on an impossible mission, destroying a Covenant ship fueling depot at a location called Pegasi Delta. All but 2 Spartans survived, Tom B-292 and Lucy B-091. Gamma Company had completed training by late 2552, with 3 squads competing for top honors when the Onyx conflict began. The rest of the company was assigned to their posts and off-world during the battle. Just before the conflict kicked off on October 31st, 2552, Delta Company candidates were presumably en route or being identified for training. The Gamma Company Spartans were unique in that their augmentation suite was amended to include 3 illegal, brain-altering, mutagenic drugs. After witnessing and reviewing the events of the Pyrrhic victories of both Alpha and Beta companies, now Lieutenant Commander Kurt Ambrose was determined to give Gamma Company Spartans any edge he could to protect them. These drugs would cause an imbalance in the soldiers' brain chemistry, unfortunately. The drugs allowed them to keep fighting when other soldiers, even the Spartan IIs, would succumb to their wounds or go into shock. The flip side was without a cocktail of drugs to counteract the effects on a daily basis, the Spartans would eventually suffer from psychosis and paranoia. In order to keep the illegal augmentations under wraps, Admiral Perengoski, the head of ONI, reassigned all of Gamma Company, save the 3 squads competing for top honors, to either the newly formed Spartan branch with the Spartan 4 candidates or into a non-combatant status. One team, Team Saber, was assigned to Blue Team during the Onyx conflict and went on to join a Ferret team. These are my favorite class of Spartans, and their stories are some of my favorite. Barely acknowledged, underfunded, and sent on impossible missions, they really embody the true spirit of what it means to be a Spartan. That's all for now, Halo fans. Catch you next time.